Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again with one final video for the Warden Volcanic Fissure of Snaking starter character. I did end up playing it for basically a full week just because there's so much town shit I needed to keep getting to. Gold farm, keep upgrading, all that. And my character still felt like it was pretty fun and upgradable. By this point of the character, I hit level 96, which is the highest I think I've ever taken a starter. And it's still on a 5 link because I just could not be fucked 6 linking it since it didn't seem necessary for the content I was doing. So as you can see here, I am running tier 17. This is the first tier 17 I tried, and I ended up running something like 7 or 8 of them, failing one of them, which was this one here because of Maven. So a good part of this video, I wanted to basically talk about tier 17s and how they are at this point. And yeah, so they did get kind of nerfed from last time, less damage, less life, and it is noticeable. Like, clearing the tier 17 is not that much of an issue for the most part at this stage. It shouldn't feel much worse than a tier 16. It's just that some of the modifiers might make things pretty crazy in there, but the damage and the damage incoming, well, the damage that the enemies take and the damage they deal doesn't feel that crazy anymore. It's the bosses though, they are still an issue. So this one, if you pay attention to the text in the chat, Maven yelling shit, essentially what happened is I still have Maven on this map and it still is just a clusterfuck. So previously I thought it was fixed, like even last league, that Maven would not spam heal anymore. Turns out, yeah, no, she's still going to do that. So there are still going to be some absolute haha gotcha style modifiers on tier 17s. Granted, if you're, doing okay, then like with a really nice build, some just won't matter. But that Maven one, for example, she was healing every 4 or 5 seconds, and I could not afford to let that happen against that type of a boss. Comparatively to like this is my first Uber Elder with Maven Witness as well. And this is still on a 5 link and, pretty humble, couple divines worth of gear or something. You can see my DPS is pretty legit. It's still very good, but for that tier 17 with Maven, I couldn't get past her heal barrier and I could not get past that boss fight. So in the end, I bricked that one in particular. But yeah, this is my first Uber Elder and it went pretty damn well. And also got me a Watcher's Eye, which is the first one I've had for this league, which had Vitality, life gain on hit, and Determination crit reduction. Now that seemed pretty good. Didn't seem too insane, but apparently it's one of the more meta ones for a really popular Valdo style build, and as such it sold for 50 divines, so it was pretty healthy amounts of profit there. So that's where most of my money's come from. If you're going to ask why I've got money, etc., that's why. So I did take on more tier 17s once I got the feel of it, with my character. I could actually juice them up a bit, put some strong boxes, and even additional packs of enemies, because like I said, the clear of them is not that bad. You will still find you're probably spending something like 20 to 30 cows just rolling these pieces of shit so that you don't get completely cucked mods that, disable all kinds of shit for your character. But once you get over that phase, it's still pretty profitable. It's probably the best source of gold in the game right now. Each of these maps has given me something like 30,000 gold, and I'm not super juicing or anything, and my Atlas isn't really fully built for this type of stuff. So for the amount of work it takes, the amount of gold is pretty damn good. The boss fights, once again, still just kind of a chaotic mess. I'm still not at all a fan of pretty much any of the boss fights in tier 17s, especially when you incorporate map mods. If they're just in isolation, maybe it's an okay boss fight, but throw in almost any map mod and it becomes a unrighteous mess. And combine that with my skill, the Volcanic Fissure of Snaking, as you can tell, is kind of messy, especially its after effect. It leaves this lingering cracked ground all over the place that, combined with some of these boss fights, I basically just never know what the fuck's happening, and you can see a few big attacks and jump around and get out of the way of some shit. But yeah, still just not a fan of these fights in general. I did like I said, only failed that one thanks to Maven, and I wasn't quite fully ready, I don't think. So then I fine-tuned my character. As you can see, I'm using an Arctic armor instead of Herald of Ice. I have a Pantheon for a bit of fizz damage reduction, and overall I'm a good bit thicker than I once was, and I can actually take some hits and I can deal some pretty good damage once you get the swing of your tinctures, once you get the unbound avatar going. That burst period can be pretty damn healthy, and yeah, I'm a big fan of Warden still, big fan of Volcanic Fissure, so nothing but good things to say about that. Tier 17s still a bit dubious, a bit iffy. Once again, just gonna have to roll a lot until you get the right modifiers, or play a strong meta enough build that you can take on pretty much any modifier that the game's gonna throw at you. So it's better. It's less of a big hindrance towards the Uber grind, but it is still going to, I think, filter out a few people that just won't really enjoy them or won't be able to get through them with their less meta builds, let's just say, or less well-rounded builds. So this character was on a 5 link. Obviously, if it got to a 6 link, it'd be quite a bit more damage, but nothing too huge. I'd probably run an inspiration so that mana wouldn't be an issue still. I was very happy with the progress of it. You can check the final POB. Not a whole lot has changed. The only other thing I could say is you can use 3 points to get some life leech and instant 10% leech if you really want to sustain your life a lot better, but I didn't really think it was necessary, and just had a good fun time bouncing around doing Volcanic Fissure of snaking as a Warden. Will play many more Wardens in the future. At the moment, rerolling into Occultist Shield Crush as a poison base. We'll see how that goes, but I'll leave you with the only Uber fight I managed to actually try, because that's the only one I got fragments for. That is an Uber Cortex. It's got some big damage rolls, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the build, the videos. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stop eating souls. Fuck. Look at that, deeps. Oh, one of them had good deeps. Now this guy's got his fucking damage reduction phase. Ah. Huh? Oh my god, can't see the fucking degen circle, dude. Two of them down. They're also good. No, my 20C trade.
This one is my
Oh, that was a good double kill. I'm not at all charged up for the last fight, which is the one you want to kill the fastest there, so that's kind of lame.
feel the pull of the void. I will crush sin surrounds you. Blending flame.
Omega Deathless.
This will never be over. I will purify humanity.
Calm your fucking tits, dude. Oh. Oh. Dude, that's a nice roll. If we get some good rolls on this thing, then we are in some business. Those implicits were cool though. Look at that. Life Biz Ellie. This has potential. Probably need some Herald of Purity. Some Herald of Ash. Oh no. Fire Res. Wait, is it triple Herald of Ash? Huh? Buff effect, mana reserve, fire res. I mean, I don't know. It's still usable. It's just that you don't usually care about fire res as one of the things.